If you want a healthy relationship, then you must implement healthiness. Lying, cheating, deceit, dishonesty is not healthy. You have to implement healthy factors, healthy actions, healthy qualities. So if you want a healthy relationship, wouldn't you do those things? Duh.
A few moments later.
One of the hardest things that I had to do in my adult life is take accountability. I had to accept my role in the process of heartbreak. So I was once married and I destroyed that marriage. I cheated on my spouse and he was not deserving of that. I was selfish. At that time, I was a matter-of-fact woman, believed that everything that I said was right. I muted him. I did all of that. And I broke a man's spirit. I broke him down mentally. I broke him emotionally. And I did what most women do. I resorted to the victim role. He did this. If he would have never did this, I wouldn't have done this. Very unhealthy. I was selfish. And don't get me wrong, he definitely tried to start over. He tried to restore the relationship. I couldn't. Didn't listen, had poor communication skills. My resolution process was horrible. I did not know how to come to resolutions. I was really my spouse's enemy. I was my own enemy as well. I knew I couldn't trust myself. I knew I was going to hurt him again. And that was hard to swallow. Because I had to really tell myself that you ain't shit. All I knew at that time is do what is beneficial to me. I didn't understand what accountability was. I had to learn that accountability is living within integrity. Had I have lived within integrity, I would have never done that to my partner. I'm saying all of this to say that if you don't know how to be an accountable person, you're never going to get far. Your life is never going to be fulfilling, and you're never going to be able to live at the fullest because you're always going to blame others.
Wow, guys. That is a lot to unpack. We all know women are allergic to accountability and responsibility. They hate looking in the mirror and saying, you know, I shouldn't have done this. I need to make a change. I was wrong for saying or doing that to you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. That would never come out of a woman's mouth. You know why? Because they're used to being pacified by all these simps. They think that I can do no wrong. I'm a queen. I'm a goddess, right? They actually think, most women, that you should be grateful to be with them. This is why they don't take accountability, because there's so many weak, gullible men like her ex-husband who we're going to break down, because he's not exempt from this lashing either. There's so many weak men who want companionship, who want relationships, who don't want to be alone, that accept punishment, that accept broken women. See, her ex-husband, he doesn't know his value. He doesn't respect himself. He doesn't even love himself, because if he did, he wouldn't have never married her in the first place. He would have vetted her properly and saw all the red flags and said, you know, this is not the type of woman I want to be with or settle down with, right? Her ex-husband is actually a loser. Yes, he might be a good man, but he's a loser mentally. Because if he valued himself, he wouldn't have put up with a woman cheating on him. He wouldn't have put up with mental and emotional abuse and all this turmoil and chaos. Because she said, you know, he tried to basically work things out, and I basically didn't. You know what that lets me know? And that should let you know that, listen, women don't value you when you don't check them, when you don't put them in their place. What's going to happen is, if you let them get away with any sort of garbage, they'll get worse. It's like a snowball effect. They're going to treat you worse, because if a woman doesn't respect you, the relationship or marriage or situation will never work. Never. Respect is number one. So if she disrespects you here and there, or says something smart, or doesn't, cut her off. It's not worth it, because it's going to get worse. You have to start letting these women know you've done wrong. Stop allowing them to repay you with sex. Trust me, I've been there. A girl breaks up with you, or she says, I need space, or she starts an argument or disagreement, and you're like, man, what happened? And then she ends up coming back, knocking on your door, and then she just, you know, gives you some sex, spread her legs, and all is well. Don't allow women to do that either, because that seems to be a way of women saying, you know, yeah, I was wrong, but I'm not going to say that I'm wrong. Because being wrong is saying, you know, I shouldn't have done this. That takes being an adult. That takes being mature. That takes introspection. It takes you looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I've wronged you. Listen, man, I'm sorry. Listen, babe. Listen, honey, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did this. And most women don't like doing that. Let me ask you guys this. When was the last time a woman looked at you and said, hey, I'm sorry? And it can't be your mother or aunt or sister. When was the last time a woman you were romantically involved in with said, I apologize? Think about it. Some of you never, right? When was the last time? Probably, you're like, man, that never happened. That's because most women think that they're never wrong. So if you're in a relationship with a woman or individual who thinks, you know, I'm always right, I'm never wrong, it's my way and a highway, you're going to get a narcissist. You're going to get a woman who's going to weigh you down, who's no good for you, who's going to drain your energy dry, and they won't even care about you. That female didn't care about her ex-husband. She most likely was like, you know, this guy is a weakling. Matter of fact, that guy even tried to work it out, and she was doing him dirty, and she still left him. Think about that. So what did that tell you? That should let you know that if you don't get a woman in line, if you are afraid to walk away from her and say, you know what, this is over with, I respect myself, she's gonna just do you even dirtier and dirtier and dirtier until she can't anymore. And then she says, you know what, I'm tired of breaking you down, dude. I'm out of here. It's over with. And she's gonna leave you. And she's gonna divorce you. And she's gonna just take all your money and break you down and leave you confused. Know your value and worth as a man. Do not be afraid to walk away, because that's what this really about. Right? It's not necessarily about the woman. Yeah, she's coming out and saying, I apologize. But it's about us men. It starts with us. It starts with us saying, you know what? This woman, she's not worth my time. She's not worth my energy. I don't deserve this type of treatment. She didn't say sorry. She started that argument. She you know, said this. She got in my face. She said something smart. Man, I'm out of here. Learn to leave. Learn how to walk away from situations. Women, heck, even jobs that don't benefit you, that aren't making you happy, that's not bringing you peace. I guarantee you that dude, whoever ex-husband is, he was in all types of turmoil and chaos. But because of love, because he's thought to death do his part, I can't leave my wife. I can't do it, man. This is my baby. No matter how much drama and dysfunction that she brought to that poor guy's life. And here's the thing. There's a lot of women out there who are doing the same thing, who are in relationships with guys, just running these dudes into the mud, breaking them down. And then after that, they just say, you know what, this ain't gonna work out. And they just leave. And the guy's sitting there confused because in his mind, he's like, I did everything I could. What's wrong, baby? Haven't you been there? Let's work this out. And she's like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Because these women self-sabotage good things. And the reason why they do it, because they know they're not good people. They're not quality women. They're not good individuals. So what they do is they just get something good and they just use it, abuse it. They don't nurture it. They don't care for it. And then they just leave. And all the chaos is left behind. And they're just like, well, it's on to the next dude. It's on to the next. It's on to the next guy. Guys, make sure you love yourself. Because that's what this comes down to. That whole situation with her ex-husband and him, that's about a man loving himself. Because I guarantee you, if you would have put her in her place, or would have walked away when she cheated, or found out she was doing whatever, or said something smart, if you were like, you know, I'm done. What will happen more often than not, believe it or not, they'll get it in gear. And if she doesn't get it in gear, heck, that's not your loss. You want to be with a woman who respects you 110% at all times. That's the only way a situation or relationship or a marriage will work out. If the woman respects the man. If you love a woman more than she loves and respects you, it's over with. Trust me. I'm telling you, it's over with. Because women don't respect men who love them more than they love themselves. It's just how women are operated. This is how they're built. They have a way of thinking that, you know, let me see how I can break this dude down. They're actually little children. They're kids mentally. So making sure these women that you deal with are taking accountability And if they don't do that, if you don't start hearing these sorries, I apologize, and actions backing it up, you need to leave. Don't give her any explanation. Don't say, baby, let's this is what happened, and don't try to seek therapy. Get rid of her. I don't care how much history you got, because once she's disrespected you one time, I'm telling you, it's downhill. Then the next level of disrespect will come in a week later, then a month or two later, then a 4 or 5 months later. And you're gonna be like, man, until you look up and she's pointing in your face and saying this and calling you names and putting her hands on you. And then when you react a certain way, oftentimes these women call law enforcement. We all seen that before. We all heard it before. Well, a woman says or does something, you're like, man, and you just blow up because you can't take it anymore. And then, boom, the cops are at your door, and now you got your cuffs behind your back, and she's looking at you like, oh, because guess what? They all know that women are just feeble creatures, but they're actually savages because they don't like to take accountability for anything, right? They're like landmines. You're just walking, and then you just step on something, boom, boom. And you're like, what happened? Uh-oh. That's how most women operate. They get into relationships, they hop from guy to guy to guy, not learning anything, not looking in the mirror and having any sort of dialogue with themselves and say, what do I need to do to change? Have you heard a woman say that? Matter of fact, what you guys to do something? Go on YouTube and type in, how can I get a man? How can I become a better woman? Are those videos going to pop up? No. That's because most women think that they're good. They think they don't have to fix themselves. They think they don't have to change and become better. That's why you see so many women who are overweight, who have bad attitudes, who can't keep a man, because they don't want to do the work. And it starts with accountability.